Well, actually, Andy did them, not me, but they're ready.
I just want to make sure that was enough time.
Yeah, that's good. We are live, by the way. Happy Tuesday to all. Hope you all had a good Monday night. I did. Swept the board of the NBA. It was very nice. I also went 4-2 with my picks on the college basketball show as well. So nice Monday night for Kyle. Scoop is back with us after skipping the show Monday for personal reasons, he said.
I can't do Mondays. I don't know what you want me to do.
So as you can see, we got a new feature here in the bottom right corner. You can now see the live poll that is currently running. Who will have a better record against the spread today? 38% of you said Scoop, or 37% of you said Toast, 27% said Scoop, and 35% of you said who cares, they're both garbage. So that's our opening poll.
At least I won something.
Georgetown on the road at Villanova. We'll start within the Big East. Let's get a poll running. All right, so we got Georgetown plus 15, Villanova minus 15, pass. Poll is running, and you should see it on the screen, I think. Yeah, poll. The live poll on the screen is officially working. Love it. All right, Toast, is today a Georgetown day?
No, I will not be betting Georgetown. You're not going to talk me into betting Georgetown like last time. It's Nova or pass. I didn't bet this, but Nova coming off of that big win or a big loss against UConn where they got absolutely embarrassed on the road. Prior to that, they had 3 straight wins against pretty decent teams. Butler, Seton Hall, decent teams. Not world beaters by any chance, but there's no way in hell I'm putting my money on Georgetown. Not a chance in hell. So.
Wow, okay. I thought Toast would have been on Georgetown here. Let's see where Scoop's at.
Yeah, I'm on Nova. I was upset with that DePaul moneyline loss against Georgetown Saturday. I picked them on a half unit. They should have had it. But they're still the second worst team in the conference and has been blown out numerous times. So the spread's big because of their discrepancy on defense. Nova's actually a really good, solid defense, and Georgetown doesn't do really anything right. But it's the same Nova team just beat them by 16 in Georgetown. They're 9-4 at home. They have allowed 56 or fewer points in their last 5 games. Georgetown, I don't even know if they're going to hit 56 in general. I know Eric Dixon and Justin Moore's been struggling a bit, but you can always count on a get-right game when you're playing Georgetown. So, yeah, give me Nova.
Damn. Andy, are you leaning Georgetown?
No, I couldn't.
Come on, somebody.
No, dude, I couldn't. That was loud. I could not get there. No, this is Villanova all the way. They're coming off getting they didn't really necessarily get blown out by UConn because they kind of expected to lose by that much. Coming off that high of a game and to get beat soundly, and now you're going back home against a team you've already beaten the crap out of this year. I think it's just they're just going to do it again. They're kind of coasting to see how they get into the Big East tournament. They need the game to get a better seed. So yeah, I think this is going to be pretty ugly in favor of Villanova.
Man. All right. Well, I guess I'm the only one putting this pick up then. Georgetown. I mean,
I don't think you're crazy, Sauce. I really don't. I've just lost it on this team so many times. I mean, even if you look back at Georgetown's schedule, they've played very good teams. UConn, Creighton, Nova, St. John's. I mean, that win against DePaul was their worst team they've faced in a long time. So I get what you're seeing. I just can't do
it. Maybe if it was like Creighton or Marquette or something, I don't think Villanova is very good. So
I agree with that.
15.5. That's a huge number.
Their head coach has a bad hair day every day. So
their head coach is bad. But if Jay Wright was coaching this team would be in the top 25 right now. I mean, they'd be their talent is they have a lot of talent on that team.
Not enough to cover this number. I mean, I'm not betting this. I was kind of hoping.
I'm not betting it either.
I was kind of hoping one of you guys would be on Georgetown and make a case so I could tell. But this is the side I want to be on. Georgetown plus 15.5. Looks like final results of the poll, 38% to 31% in favor of Villanova. All right, let's move on to the next game. All right, we got Pitt at Clemson. I'll clear the board here. Let's get the poll going. Andy, so obviously you know what I picked. You edited my video last night. Do you agree with my pick that this is a spot to take a shot on Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I agreed with you 100% last night. Clemson at home.
Hold on one second. Let me get the poll. Oh. Running, I think. There we go. Poll's running. Okay, so what'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think Clemson's a good team to fade at home. I think this will be a really good game. It's probably the first good game on tonight. I definitely think Clemson, like you said, at home, they're good to fade. Pitt needs it pretty badly. They need this one. So I like it. Yeah, there's really not a lot to say. You said a lot of it in the video yesterday,
Right.
and you were spot on with it. I think this.
Well,
is
I
a
just think
great spot.
based on what I said in the video yesterday, it seems like according to we went by the numbers from the last 10 games, and it seems like both teams are equally going to have opportunities to hit the outside shot. Yeah. I couldn't find especially if you incorporate the home away splits. Clemson's actually been much better on the road. They're one of the few teams in college basketball that doesn't have overwhelmingly better numbers at home. So Clemson's just a team I like to bet on the road rather than at home. And I think this is going to be a close one down to the wire. It's going to come down to whoever's outside shots are falling, honestly, because on paper, both teams should be able to hit threes here. So I feel comfortable holding the 7. I'm a little worried about those pie charts in the bottom left. It seems like Pittsburgh's going to be a pretty public dog here. Toast, are you on Pitt?
No, not a chance in hell. Love Clemson in this spot. I got Clemson at 6.5, but for the VIP, I use them in a couple different money lines. I think that Clemson's playing very good basketball. Yes, they weren't very good at home earlier in the year, but after that Virginia loss, they've played very well. They did have a loss at home against NC State. That was a 1-point loss, but they also beat Miami by 17 at home. They just beat Florida State by double digits at home. So I think that's another thing coming here tonight for them. I just don't see who on Pittsburgh. I think Blake Henson's going to get his, so maybe you guys can see, maybe I can see an over as well. Henson's going to get his, but I don't see who's going to be covering PJ Hall and Gerard and stuff like that for Pitt. So I really think that this is a get right spot for Clemson here, and I think they win by double digits.
I think Toast is wrong on this one. I think he's blinded by the pie charts here. He just doesn't want to be on Pittsburgh because it's going to be a public dog. Don't be scared. Bet the Panthers.
Dude, I sent you the email.
Scoop.
Yeah, I'm going to take the road dog here.
There you go, Scoop. Good pick.
Pitt had the most three-pointers in the ACC going against the Clemson team. It was a pretty poor perimeter defense. But what's going for them is even though Clemson's a three-point team themselves, like you said, Pitt also has the best three-point defense in the ACC. Look what they just did with Tech. They limited them to 3 for 20 from 3. Plus, Clemson's just super turnover prone. Hinson and Leggett, Lowe are all solid defenders as well. You know, put the ball in the basket. Clemson's going to go for a sweep here, and they may get it. But Pitt's 6-3 on the road. They have one of the better away records actually. So I just think 7's a little too many points here. So I'm going to take Pitt.
Yeah, this guy didn't even try with his joke. He said Pitt, more like shit.
It's good.
And did you say that Pittsburgh has the number 1 3-point defense in the ACC?
I said they're one of the best 3-point defenses in the ACC.
7th in the conference. So yeah, I guess that's top 7.
I don't think they are. I don't know what you're looking at.
Well, but in the last 10 games, from me and Andy's notes last night, the 3-point defense wasn't looking great. But I don't know the full season numbers, so maybe on the full season they do. But
that was good.
So top 7, yeah.
7th, eh?
No, it's not. It's
That's
not
one
7.
of them. No.
Check. I'm looking at KenPom right now. For the full year, they're 16th in the country, limiting 3-point percentage.
Another instance of Scoop giving out fake stats. 16th in the country.
The Pittsburgh defense against 3-point percentage, right? They allow teams at 29.8%. That's good for 16th in the country.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right. And in conference play, that drops to 33.9%. That's 7th in the ACC.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Okay.
You had to word that better.
That's what KenPom does. They isolate conference play. I wasn't sure if that's where he was going with that.
Next up, let me get the poll here. All right, next up, we got Kentucky at Mississippi State, and this line movement is terrible. Bring up Andy first. I actually saw this touch 4.5 last night for a little bit. It looks like most books have it at 3.5 now. So we're going to run the poll at Kentucky plus 3.5, Mississippi State minus 3.5 pass. Now, no question, just based on where this line's at, the spot, everything, it would seem that this is a sharp spot to play Mississippi State. I disagree. I'm going with Kentucky. That being said, I'm a little worried about the line here. Andy, are you going to take the sharp favorite here?
I'm going 100% Kentucky. This is my favorite of the. I took their money line. I think they're winning this game. I know Toast. I already know what Toast bet because I did the graphics for him. Know what he's gonna say. This does go against one thing I've seen about Kentucky is their midweek games. They've kind of slept through a lot of them. I know last week against LSU is a perfect example, but I think they see it, and Cal's really good at getting his guys up for the games where they're kind of being. I don't want to say I mean, here they are underdogs, but when they're kind of looked down upon, like against Alabama is a perfect example. A lot of people were like, this is a good spot for Bama. Kentucky's not Kentucky. They went out and they broke the SEC record for points in a game. This team they wake up when they need to, and I think they know they need to wake up for this game against Mississippi State. Mississippi State has a great defense, but I don't think it's good enough to limit Kentucky to the point they're going to need to, because as good as their defense is, Mississippi State's offense is not good no matter how bad Kentucky's defense is. So they're going to need to try to outscore Kentucky here, and it's not going to work. So I like Kentucky a lot tonight.
All right, Toast. Andy said he knows what your bet is. I guess you have a graphic made for this one.
Yeah, I have. So I did Mississippi State money line and Boise State money line in a parlay. It's like 105 even money. But I would still actually bet Mississippi State too on the side. First and foremost, yeah, Andy talked about it. The Kentucky offense has a next level. Mississippi State doesn't have that next level. There's no question about that. But this is a huge letdown spot for Kentucky after that huge win against Alabama. Obviously, Andy touched on the LSU loss as well. And then Mississippi State, on the other hand, playing extremely good basketball right now. Not to mention that Chris Jans, the dentist, has Tulu Smith coming off the bench. That seems to really change the way that this team is played. I think that at home, they're going to try to slow this game down and make it very, very ugly. Kentucky doesn't play well in the half court like that. They really like to get out in transition. But I would be worried about that. So I think that Mississippi State can make this game very ugly. And I think that points are going to be a premium. I think Kentucky, with that 3-point shooting, the best in the ACC, one of the better teams in the country shooting the ball. Obviously, Mississippi State's a very good defensive team as well. So I'll take my chances with the home favorite here. I didn't lay the 3.5. I did on the money line. I think that's a little bit safer, but I'd still lay the points if I had to.
Wrong. Scoop.
Yeah, I still don't buy the Mississippi State hype. I know it's a huge letdown spot, like Toast said, but I don't think Mississippi State can stop them right now. I know they have an excellent defense, but there's only so much a defense can do for 40 minutes holding back this team, I think. I know Kentucky on the road hasn't looked especially great, except like the LSU games specifically. But so State's been beating up the lower half of SEC: LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Missouri, Georgia. Okay, cool. That don't impress me much. The Shania Twain song. So yeah, it's seriously too much offense here. Josh Hubbard's great. Tolu Smith may have an advantage down low, but Kentucky will trade 2s for 3s all game. I don't think they'll get to 100 or anything by any means, but the 3 freshmen, Dillinger, Shepard, Wagner, they're all going to drop the hammer. The depth and offense are going to carry this team to a money line win.
Yeah, see, this is the point, though. Look at the comments.
I've been called a square like 8 times.
I know. People just love doing it. They keep laying points to Kentucky. I don't get it.
If betting on John Calipari is an underdog.
I just sang Shania Twain.
Well, Alabama was an underdog. I'm saying in these spots where the line doesn't look right and everyone jumps on the other side going, oh, this is square, got to take the sharp side. Dude, John Calipari in the last 5 years of Kentucky as an underdog is hitting like 61% to the money line. Like, they just win these games. Yeah, but the pet poll is heavy on Kentucky. 64%, 29% in favor of the Wildcats. Next. Ooh, let me get rid of this. All right. Next up, we have Virginia Tech at Syracuse. This line is 1.5 Syracuse laying points, which is crazy, the idea of Syracuse laying points. But I don't really know how to gauge this Virginia Tech team. I think they're a bad team, but they looked really good in that rivalry game against Virginia. So who knows? Dost, do you have a move in this one?
Yeah, I bet Syracuse at home. I just don't really trust this Virginia Tech team on the road. The last time that this team won a game on the road was January 20th against NC State. Since then, they've lost to Notre Dame on the road, Miami, Pitt. I mean, obviously North Carolina's in there too. That's a good team. But this Syracuse team, I don't think is fantastic at all, but I think they have played obviously much better at home. And I do think that they're playing really well. I mean, they won that game against North Carolina. They had a down spot on the road, but after that, they had a nice away win against NC State. They came back and won another game against Notre Dame. So I think that at home here, I think that this is.
I thought you hated this Syracuse team.
I do, but I hate Virginia Tech on the road just as much, and I just really don't feel like this team should be this close. So I think the books are giving us, telling us how they think of this game because they don't want Q's catching any points. So I'm going to go with that thought and lay the points.
Scoop.
Yeah, I'm with Toast here. I know. I mean, pretty much. I mean, Tech's just miserable on the road, like you said, 1-8 in the season. Padula seems like the only person that can do anything on the road for Virginia Tech. Besides that blowout win against Virginia, they've looked absolutely terrible. They've lost 5 of their last 7. Their defense is pretty bad, and they're even worse on the road. They're 12th in the ACC in field goal defense, 10th in the ACC in three-point defense, last in rebounding. I'm not saying Syracuse is dominant or a good scoring team or even a good defense. They're not. They've been struggling with the new man-to-man defense and go cold sometimes, but I can't bet this Virginia Tech on the road for any reason. So, yeah, give me Syracuse here.
All right.
I'm finally not on an island. It feels good. How you doing, Scoop?
What's up, man?
I don't even know what I want to do in this game. Let's see what Andy thinks.
I don't love the side that I side Syracuse just because they're at home, but I like the over a lot more. Syracuse just gave up 80 plus
you like
points
the over,
to
you
Notre
said?
Dame.
Okay.
What's up? What
You said you like the over?
Yeah, I like the over in this one as well. Notre Dame just scored 80 on Syracuse, so that should give you a pretty good thought into how good their defense has been this year. And Virginia Tech is other than that Virginia game, which I mean Virginia scores on nobody, so it's not like they had a good defensive game there. Other than that, they've pretty much been giving up a lot of points too. So I think both defenses are terrible. So I think a lot of points, and if I had to pick a side, I'd pick Syracuse only because they're at home because they've been pretty solid at home this year.
I mean, I don't know enough about these programs, so I'll put Virginia Tech up because it seems like the whole world is on Syracuse, but I'm not betting this. I thought Syracuse sucked, but then again, I guess Virginia Tech also sucks.
Yeah. That's how bad Virginia Tech's been on the road for me. I mean, it's just terrible.
I'll put Virginia Tech up for the show, but I'm not betting this one. Let's see.
I think Andy's on a good path with that over, to be honest.
61% say Syracuse, 20% say pass, 17% say Virginia Tech. So, yeah, community's definitely heavy on Syracuse here. Next game. All right, Cincinnati at Houston. Any reason to fade the Cougars here, Toast?
Not for me, no. I think this is a spot that Cincinnati is going to really struggle. They've struggled for a while now, and now they're going to be facing this Houston team. So I actually did Cincinnati team total under. It's just really hard for me to back this Cincinnati team again. I backed them their last game against TCU on the road, and they just got absolutely blown out in the second half. And now they only have a 2-day break in between, and now they play Houston. I understand that Houston's coming off of a pretty big win against Baylor in OT, but this Houston team's this defense is where it's been at this whole year. So I'll take the Cincinnati team total under and trust the Houston defense at home and not have to worry about the offense.
Andy, did you not make a graphic for that one? I don't see that one in here.
I might not have sent that one in. That's my fault then. If Andy didn't make a graphic, I probably didn't include it. My bad.
All right. Andy, any reason to fade the Cougars here?
No. I think they're riding high. They'll be at home. I don't see really any spot here where Cincinnati keeps it close. I'm not fading Houston right now with how great their defense looked. I mean, they look better obviously in the first half. I don't really know what went wrong in the second half, but if you don't have a elite of elite offense, you're not scoring on this Houston team. It's just not happening. So I don't expect Cincinnati to have many points on the board tonight.
Oh man, I'm putting up Cincinnati for me. I didn't bet it or anything. I'm hoping
you hit a Big 12 dog yesterday with West Virginia, so I could see why you're doing it.
No, I'm doing it because Houston had the last game circled. They don't have this one circled. They have the overtime game against Baylor. That's what they're coming off of. Scoop, you want to talk some sense into these folks?
No, I'd rather talk sense into you. It's hard to see Houston. I don't see them not blowing them out here. That Baylor game, it's hard to see Houston not in the Final Four championship. Really, this is a team.
Oh my God!
The greatest
You and
team
Toast just
no. This
you guys want to have sex with Houston.
Listen, this is a team that looks like the greatest of all time, even better than the current greatest team of all time, UConn. Actually, not joking, but this may be really one of the best defenses we've seen in the league ever, if not top 10 defense. All their statistics are pointing that way. Houston has the ability to go on some major runs. I see that again here. Since he started the season with great defense, but that's pretty fallen off recently. Plus, I was looking online and on Twitter, and people are saying, this is going to be a bounce back game for Cincy's offense. I mean, they're playing Houston. What are you talking about in Houston? So, I don't see anything but a Houston blowout here by at least like 20, 25 points.
Yeah, just because
I get it.
Hold on, I'm placing a bet now just because Scoop said it.
Yeah, do it.
I get it, dude. I bet, like I said, I bet Cincinnati their last game. You look at all that, and I can see how you can get to a Cincinnati bet. I do get it. I understand it.
Hold on, I want to get the bet up on the screen so everyone can see how not scared of Scoop I am.
Cincinnati just went on the road to TCU and lost by 18.
I know this is a bounce back. It's a bounce back.
No. You don't bounce back against Houston.
They're about
you bounce
to.
back against TCU, not Houston.
I don't know. You don't understand probably how much the gambling gods hate Scoop. So, Sauce might be
first of all, we did really well over the weekend.
You don't understand how much I hate Scoop.
I hit that NASCAR bet for plus 4,500. We were 15-6 against the spread this Saturday.
Here it is.
You've been very hot. It's got to come down.
Boom. Good. Placed. Cincinnati money line. Plus 740.
I love them.
Upset alert. Upset alert.
I hope they win and score under 60
points. I actually hope you win this. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm screenshotting. Hold on. I want an image of me and Scoop next to the thing so I can screenshot it.
Oh, my.
Right here. For the screenshot later.
He said they threw up the thumbs up.
All right, let's end the poll here. Looks like definitely poll 57%, 27% in favor of Houston. All right.
What a jerk.
Jesus Christ.
Next.
Shit.
All right. Georgia at LSU. So of course we've got Andy up first to represent his beloved dogs. Andy, diehard Georgia's fan from Georgia, in case you didn't know. He lives
there this weekend.
That's right. You're going this weekend.
That Oklahoma friend.
You're going this weekend because work's not a priority for you.
Injury news.
I'm going to be working in Georgia. What do you mean?
So do you take your dogs here on the road against LSU?
Yeah, it is tough to make a bet right now if you're on LSU. I will say that because there is 2 players that are in their starting lineup that are questionable. So I will hold. If you're on LSU, you'd probably want to hold and wait for them. I was on Georgia either way. I think this number's way too high. People, and I get it. You said it the other day. But all things are relative when it comes to who you're playing, right? You said, Georgia sucks. When you compare them to Auburn, yeah, they suck. They were terrible. They lost by 18 or 21 or whatever. But against LSU, this is a pretty even matchup. When these teams played, Georgia was up by 8 late in the game, won by 2. I just think they're so evenly matched. To put this at, you're asking LSU to win by 6. I think there's no way. I think Georgia, they've played well against these types of teams. It's when they go up against the best teams in the SEC where they're getting torn apart pretty badly. So it'll either be close or they'll win the game, but I think this number got way too high.
I would ask how Georgia's 3-point defense is because that's been the bright spot for LSU offensively.
It could be better, but it's worse for some reason.
It could be better.
At home, they're giving up a lot more
numbers
threes than on the road.
Yeah, I actually would like to know how
in conference play, Georgia 9th
out of 14 in the SEC.
The 3-ball, and 221 in the country overall.
Ew, that's not
could
good.
Be better.
Could be better. And he goes, could be better. I'd say their ass could be better.
The last 2, I think, on the road have been good though because they played Vanderbilt.
Scoop, you on the dogs?
Yeah, I'll take another road dog. Andy pretty much said Georgia's isn't that bad on the road. They actually have more conference wins on the road than they do at home. I said it last time. They're in every game. Obviously not the Auburn one that just happened, but Auburn's miles away from LSU's talent. Plus LSU's battling injuries. Ward and Cook may be out, but it looks like Ward's probable now, and Cook I have no idea. But they account for a good chunk of their points. But even if they both play, they're obviously hobbled, not 100%. I actually really like the way Thomason's playing. He can really exploit this LSU if he continues to shoot well, which he has been. And Abdul Rahim, I feel like, is due for a big game. He's been missing his threes, but he's actually a lot better than what he's seeing. LSU is just wildly inconsistent. They shoot well one game, but then they go 3 of 17 the next from 3. So Plus, I just think Georgia matches well in any position in this game. So yeah, give me the points and on the road here.
Toast.
Yeah, can't add much, but I 100% agree.
Oh wow, none of you. I'm on LSU here. Georgia's trash.
Show the bet. Show the bet.
I mean, I didn't place it. I usually with a lot of these college games that I haven't looked at, I have a side that I like, and then I'm waiting for one of you guys to confirm it.
And then you just bet the other way. We don't do anything for you, pretty much.
No, I was betting Cincinnati regardless. The money line was a little bit spontaneous, but I was taking the points regardless. So yeah, I like LSU here, especially when Andy read off those 3-point defensive numbers for Georgia. LSU's got really nice outside shooting numbers recently. Looks like everyone's taking Georgia here on the points, and the line's moving the other way. Was at 4.5 this morning, now at 5.5. I like LSU. Tigers, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, so let's move on to the next game. All right, we're in the Big Ten. We got Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana catching 4 at home, it looks like. Let's get the poll running. Scoop, would you lay the 4 on the road with Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm going to. It's just hard to back a Mike Woodson team right now. I feel like they're done for the season.
Bro, what is with your obsession with Woodson?
He did really well for the Knicks.
I liked him for the Knicks.
I mean, that's why he's not on the Knicks anymore. It's hard to back this team. The only thing, obviously, is Wisconsin's road woes this season. They had that miserable stretch. But in terms of talent, Wisconsin hasn't beat everywhere. I know Indiana's going through that terrible stretch themselves right now. They haven't really defended Assembly Hall well. They just gave Nebraska their first Big Ten win by 15 points. They're 1-4 in their past 5 at home. Indiana, they rank below the top 100 in offense and defense. They're in the bottom in terms of 3-point offense. This team absolutely sucks. Yeah, I'm going to take Wisconsin. I don't love it, but Wisconsin is just, the talent is just there to beat Indiana like by a pretty wide margin here. So give me Wisconsin on the road.
Damn, I don't like that. This is the side I want to be on. Didn't bet it yet. I'm on Indiana. Toast, can you back me up here with Indiana?
Can't, bro.
Oh, that's right. You have a hard on for Wisconsin. I forgot.
No, I don't even.
You
know
love Wisconsin.
But, no, I like Baylor. I like Gonzaga. I like Houston. But anyway, yeah, I like Wisconsin here. I actually put Wisconsin in a parlay with Clemson at plus 102 on FanDuel. That way I'm not laying points with Wisconsin. But keep in mind, this Wisconsin team absolutely killed this Indiana team earlier in the year. That game was at home, but Wisconsin 7-3 their last 10 games at Assembly Hall. So there's no really intimidation factor for Wisconsin coming in here. So they've had a lot of success in the past. Keep in mind, Wisconsin's played a top 10 schedule in the country too. They've been tested at all times all year. Indiana is just absolutely terrible. They've also played a very strong schedule. I will give Indiana that, but they are absolutely terrible. And I don't even know if this team has any fight left. So yeah, I'm on Wisconsin.
Have you seen the movie Hoosiers?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you lay 4 to that team?
Gene Hackman.
Would you lay 4 to that team?
Not this team.
You're on Indiana, right, Andy?
No, I tried to get there, but I'm on Wisconsin. I like the money line more, like Toast said. But Wisconsin, I do fear them on the road, but I think Indiana's just checked out at this point. I mean, they lost Penn State on Saturday. They were close in that game for a while, and then they kind of got beaten late in the game pretty badly. I don't think they're there at this point. They don't have a 3-pointer. They don't have 3-point shooting, so it's tough for them to keep up in games. I just think this team was built the wrong way. That's on Mike Woodson. I'll give him that. He's been pretty bad. So I like Wisconsin a lot here.
Plus, Hoosiers is such a bad movie. I don't even care what you say.
That's not true.
Are you crazy?
It's so bad. It's not even. Love and Basketball is way better.
I've never seen that one.
Is that the comparison?
Plus, White Man Can't Jump beats
I was
it
going to say,
easily.
yeah, I'm with Andy. How is that even a
Comparison would be like Coach
That
Carter.
Whoopi Goldberg when she's coaching the Knicks. That one's a better movie.
Whoopi Goldberg when she's coaching the Knicks?
Yeah.
Is that a
was it
real
Eddie or
movie?
something?
Oh my God, I remember that. What's that called?
I don't know.
Scoop.
Space Jam?
Scoop
Hoosiers
just
is so boring, bro.
Scoop-
Blue Chips is really good. Neon Bordeaux, and you got.
All right, you can stop talking now, Scoop. Whatever
All right,
you're talking
well, I'm
about,
just saying
stop.
Hoosiers sucks. If you like it, you suck. You're an idiot.
All right, so we got Davidson on the road. Scoop does not like Hoosiers. Davidson on the road at Dayton. This line's 11 and a half. Davidson plus 11 and a half. Dayton. minus 11.5. Pass. Oh, 1 sec. Let me grab my poll from the last game. I like these live polls in there. I think it's a cool addition. All right, Andy. Poll is running. Do you have I know you like your Atlantic 10 basketball.
Yeah, I like Dayton a lot in this game. At home,
Laying 11.5.
Yeah.
You know Steph went to Davidson, right?
I do know Steph went to Davidson. If
Okay.
I do.
I'm surprised that you know
Now I
that.
changed my.
Yeah.
What he was nice in the tournament.
I'm just surprised.
Yeah, I think this comes down to offense. Davidson's 168th in offense, adjusted efficiency on offense and on KenPom. They're not going to be able to keep up with Dayton in this game, especially in Dayton. Toward this time of year, I'd maybe worry about a weak spot as the A10 tournament comes near, but this Dayton team seems pretty fine. They already had that against VCU. They only scored 47 points in that game, so I don't think there'll be any weak spots, and I just don't think Davidson will be able to keep up.
All right, let's bring Toast up. Toast, it's a spot to take the points with Davidson, right?
Can't do it, bro.
Come
I wish I
on.
could, but
Toast is taking every favorite today.
Not sure he took Georgia.
I didn't bet this game either. I didn't bet this game. I'm just saying that Dayton needs this game for their metrics. Anthony Grant's been talking about it in the media, how they need to win games by multiple points. They just lost a road game to George Mason, and now they face this Davidson team that, I guess it's kind of hard to get blown out by, but their best road win this year is Duquesne, who's 115 on KenPom. Dayton's 25th or 26th on KenPom. So I just think that Dayton's in a spot where they can name their score if they want to.
Yeah, I'll put Dayton up for me as well. I don't know enough about these programs, but the line movement does support. I mean, it was at 10 and went up to 10.5. Looks like the pie charts are showing a lot of sharp action on Dayton, so I'll put Dayton up for me. Steph went to Davidson. I just feel like we should support him.
Is he playing tonight for them then?
No, I don't
That's
think
the only way
he's listed. He's listed as game time decision.
Oh, okay.
And Sauce, you're right. I'm on a lot of favorites tonight. I'm terrified.
Scoop.
Yeah, Davidson's just a shit shooting team and is really bad on the road. Deron Holmes is one of the best players in the nation, according to KenPom, by the way, number 2. But he's going to score at least 30 points here. The Flyers are going to kill his team. Davidson's 3 of last 4 on the road. They're not going to lose their first home game of the season. They're 13-0 at home. Plus, Davidson's 3 of their 5 starters shoot under 30% from 3. Look, this game's going to be an absolute blowout. This is one of my favorite bets of the day. This isn't a weak spot. Davidson's 260 in scoring offense. Scoggins the only person on the team that can score. The rest of your team is garbage on offense, so definitely give me the Flyers.
I don't know if I like it quite as much after he said that.
I was 3-0 on my favorite bets of the day on Saturday. So.
The poll is definitely on Dayton. We all are on Dayton. Poll's on Dayton. We're a Dayton program today. Next.
Do you see people in the comments asking if this is live?
Yeah, dude, someone was doing that yesterday. We're
NBA
doing live polls. How is it not live? That you are voting in. All right, Toast. BYU at Kansas. Now, my friend, who is pretty sharp, said he likes BYU a lot tonight. I don't know if you watched my video. I couldn't find an angle for BYU. But it definitely, I would imagine everyone's betting Kansas here. I'll put my pick up. I'm on Kansas, but I realize this is insanely square. I think if you could find an angle to get to BYU, that it would be a nice spot to do it. I personally couldn't get there.
So you should have a graphic for this. I did Kansas, Colorado State, moneyline parlay, and I paid a little bit of juice there. But look, I could understand that Kansas being down McCullers, they might make be able to case there with Khalifa going head to head with Dickinson, and maybe there's a thing there. But the fact of the matter is that BYU is 1-7 ATS on the road, and they're not covering those games by close to 6.5 points. So even when they are losing, they're not even close to covering. It's Kansas at home. It's Allen Fieldhouse. They essentially never lose there. So I'll take my chances with Kansas just winning this game.
They never lose there.
Pretty much not. No.
I don't think it's ever happened in history.
Scoop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it never happened.
Scoop, are you sharp enough to take BYU?
No, I'm not.
We know.
Yeah, BYU doesn't travel well. I know I'm agreeing with Toast a lot, so that sucks. But they're 2-6 on the road. They look terrible against K-State. Now they're staying in Kansas. I know they have a rebounding advantage here, but BYU's 1-7 against the spread on the road. They give up 80 points in 3 consecutive road games. I have a hard time picking against Kansas here. I think the Jayhawks should easily cover this number. The number actually, I think it should be closer to 11. I don't want to bet this game just because.
Well, McCullers out, right?
Yeah, I know, but I still don't think BYU has enough to keep up with them. So, but I'll take Kansas here.
Andrew.
You're right. There's just no way you see BYU keeping it close, right? We went through it yesterday, like their home away splits. It shows that they're nowhere near as good on the road.
Well, it's just terrifying knowing
like,
it's one of the bigger games on the board, so it's going to take a lot of action. You know, everyone's betting Kansas. You know, everyone's got Kansas money line attached to their parlays. Odds makers books have a lot to lose here by Kansas covering. So if you could find any way to get to BYU.
And like somebody in the comments just put that the spot's not great for Kansas because they're coming off Texas and Oklahoma. At this point, I think Big 12 teams know like you don't get a night off. Like if the only night off you were getting was Oklahoma State, that's not even a night off anymore. So like there is no
Texas
good spot anymore.
Not even good.
What's the reason?
Yeah, and those are probably
on the road
the
right
lesser teams. So like I'd love to hear a reason. Yeah, I'd love to hear a reason why somebody's saying BYU is going to keep it close. Why is
TWD in the comments is saying he's on BYU, but I mean,
Someone's
it's hard.
on BYU money line. Please tell me why. I was just
well, it's hard for them to type
on,
their handicap into like a comment and say what.
Not to mention the fact, I'll say this: BYU's not in a great spot. They just went on the road to Kansas State, and again 2 days, and now they play in Kansas. So I mean, I don't know about that.
All right. Yeah. So our poll, I didn't even have the poll up on that one. There it is for people watching on smart TVs. It's 70% to 16% on Kansas. So poll trending heavily towards Kansas. Like if you're betting Kansas, just know if you lose your bet, sportsbooks make a lot of money here.
I mean, I would like to bet BYU.
Me too. I want it so bad.
Why?
But I need to find some kind of reason to get there.
A couple weeks ago, I was all over BYU, and then they started playing good teams.
I had them against Kansas State in the last game, and they screwed me. So yeah, I'm a little sour on BYU right now. I thought it was a great spot. Everyone was betting Kansas State. Thought it was a nice sneaky spot to play BYU, and they lost by double digits. I believe the final score was. So no, I'm gonna need something to go ahead and bet BYU again. But anyway, we're into the Big Ten. We got Iowa on the road in Penn State. This line is +9. Oh, this line is Iowa -9. I was going to say, whoa. So my graphic, you know what?
It's flipped, too, because I think the game's in Iowa.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
So, so hold on. So it's Iowa -9 in Iowa. Sorry about that. I did these graphics, too, so I can't even blame Prop Beaver or Andy, which is what my go-to. Let me
100% of the time, never fails.
Yeah. Well, usually it is your guys' fault. So here you go. Here's -9 to fix that.
The audience is conditioned that it's their fault anyway.
Yeah. I have when I mess up a graphic in the video, the comments will be like, "Prop Beaver sucks."
And he's like doing all the work. Yeah. Poor bastard.
All right. All right, poll is running. Let me get the poll up on the screen real quick before you start here, Scoop. All right, Scoop. It's Iowa.
What does Toast have? I'm curious.
Oh, you want Toast to go first here?
Yeah.
All right, Toast. Coward.
Usually I would. I want to see. I want to.
All right, Toast. Scoop, put you on the spot here.
If I had to make a bet, it would be Iowa first half, but I don't really love it. I would bet Iowa if I had to. This Penn State team, look. They've been playing better. Illinois and Indiana. Indiana's a shit win, but Illinois is a solid win. But both of those games were at home. Beating Indiana on the road, beating Rutgers on the road just really doesn't do anything for me. And those are their only 2 times that they've even looked decent on the road this year. That said, I'm not in love with this Iowa team either. I know that other people on this panel like Iowa, Sauce, but I'm just not there with them. I just don't really think that they're that good of a team. So yeah, I would lean Iowa at home coming off of a loss to Illinois where they lost by 10, but again, wasn't terrible, but yeah, I don't really have a lot for this game, to be honest.
I don't know how you lay 9 points with the defense that can't make stops though. I don't know how you do it. So this is the side I would be on. I mean, Iowa's defense is terrible. Sure, they could score. They don't have a defense. They have one of the worst defenses in the conference. So let's swing it back over to Scoop, who you heard what Toast, wanted to hear what Toast had.
Is that what you wanted?
Were you satisfied by his response?
I am satisfied. The only reason Kyle likes Iowa is Kirk Ferentz anyway. He's a great head.
I'm not on Iowa. I'm on Penn State. Big Penn State thing under the. I like Iowa because they score.
Guy.
So he really likes James Franklin here as a coach. Yeah, no, I actually didn't have anything for this game, so I was just fucking around. So.
Oh my God! All that.
You couldn't have just said pass then.
Yeah, you could have just said pass.
I like Penn State. How are you going to give nine?
Instead of passing the mic to Toast and like leaving us all in suspense.
That was the
Andy,
point.
anything here?
I thought he had something coming.
Yeah, I like Penn State here. I'm a little afraid of the home away splits, but when you're facing a defense that's that bad, you're gonna score a bunch anyway. So I'm with you. I don't know how Iowa expects to win any games in for the rest of the season and in the Big Ten tournament, because this team, I mean, they can't get stopped. You can score as many points as you want if you're Iowa. You're no matter what, you're playing a close game because you can't get stopped. So I like Penn State here. They are playing better basketball, both at home, but they were against one of them was against Illinois. So I'll take a good defensive team. They scored 90 points on. So I'll take Penn State here. They've been playing much better.
All right. So you can see the poll heavily towards Iowa. Looks like Iowa's the heavy public side here. Someone said in the comments the public's on Dallas. It's over 60% of the tickets on Cleveland in that game. That's NBA, but not sure where they're getting that data. But all right, let's move on to the next game. Let's get these pluses.
Real scorcher here.
NC State and Florida State. To be honest, as I'm looking at it, I'm not 100% sure why I added this game in there.
It's a great. I had that same question. I couldn't figure out what I thought.
I have this game on the VIP.
Oh, okay. So let's give Toast the mic here.
I did over 150.5. Both of these teams played a decent pace. Florida actually plays at the fastest pace in the ACC. I don't really trust either team defensively. I actually think that both teams can actually force some turnovers and get some easy buckets in transition. Look, it's just one of those things. Right? Also, if you look at how long these teams have played in the past, the last 5 times these teams have played, it's just been points galore. So I think both teams are going to use their athleticism and score some points tonight. So I did over 150.5.
All right. Scoop, do you have anything for this one?
Yeah. I like NC State a lot. They're one of the best teams in the country when it comes to turnover differential. I can't back a Florida State team. Their last 2 wins in the last 8 games came over Boston College, and that's it. Plus, Florida State lost to a Lipscomb team, a Louisville team. Plus NC State. I don't know. It's just I can't bet a Florida State team right now that just looks miserable in every single game. The Wolfpack have an advantage on the defensive end. They're better at the free throw line. I like them on the road here. Plus, they're 4-4 on the road, so they're not terrible, and they could definitely beat a Florida State team as an away team.
No, he said my friends are the public. They all got Mavs. Yeah, I can relate to that. I'm in a group chat with like my high school friends, and a couple of them are such squares. And when they text me like I'm on this team, like I'm like, I should probably hop on the other side of that. So I can relate to what he just said 100%. All right, Andy, do you have a move in this one?
Yeah, I like NC State. A few weeks ago I took them to lose against Clemson on the road, and they were looking bad on the road, but recently they've been playing much better. They're 3-1-1 overall as road dogs this year. Yeah, and Florida State doesn't really have a home court advantage. Like he said, they lost to Lipscomb at home earlier. They lost to Georgia at home earlier. Like they're not a great home team. So I'll take NC State, the better team, albeit on the road. I'll take the points with them.
That's the way I was leaning, so I'll put it up. But neither of you guys, Scoop or Andy, neither of you sound like super confident about it, so I probably won't bet it. But that was the side I was hoping you guys would take. Toast is on the over, and it sounded like he did bet it too. So
I did.
So Toast over at 151 here is probably the most confident move of any of us sitting up here. Our poll, though, slightly leaning towards NC State. Oh, man, I forgot to put it up there. But it was 43%, 34% in favor of NC State. Next, Texas at Texas Tech. We end with a good one here. We got Toast up. Toast, he loves and hates this. Let me get the live poll. He loves and hates.
There's no hate. There's no hate.
I've heard you've been accused in the comments of hating Texas.
You hate Texas. Stop.
Oh,
that.
yes. Texas,
Yeah,
I
Texas
hate. Roger Terry is a terrible coach,
Yeah.
and Texas is a terrible team. So let's just break this one down. I'll be on Texas Tech here. There's no question about that. Tech does have some injuries. That Washington kid, that 7-footer, he only played like 15 minutes last game. So, and then that McMillan kid, who's a really good shooter. They're both kind of questionable. I think one of them's going to play, or I think Washington's going to play, but I don't know how bad. But I don't really think it matters. Asmus for Texas, their number one shooter, their big transfer. He's had 3 straight games that hasn't scored double digits. So is the Big 12 schedule physicality maybe getting to him? I don't know, but on the road, I don't trust that. Shit spot for Texas as well. Keep in mind they just played Kansas and now they're going to Texas Tech.
There are no shit spots. It's the Big 12, man. It's a gauntlet.
2 of the hardest top 5 places to play in the country. This is one of the worst spots that Texas could possibly
Lubbock's a
be
cakewalk, man.
Lubbock's a cakewalk, but they're 14-1 straight up. So there I will give you that they are 7-8 ATS. Tech is at home, so nothing great. So
he spotted it. He spotted it.
Yeah, so I understand all that stuff. So I'm still on a Texas Tech for me.
Incorrect pick. Texas is the move here. Texas Tech is going to be able to score on the Longhorns without a doubt. Texas road splits are ugly. That defense has been terrible on the road, but you also have to make stops to win a game by more than 1 possession, which I don't think Texas Tech is going to be able to do. Got this one at 4. Texas +4. This is just another case of Toast being wrong. Scoop.
Dude, I've been so hot lately. I don't know about that, bro.
I actually won. I had the best record on the show yesterday.
Yeah, but look at the VIP. That's what
I haven't. I wasn't on the show. So.
Oh.
Yeah, no wonder we had so many viewers.
Oh my god.
You actually had less normally than the usual.
Oh my god, you were sitting there watching the viewer count. Go pick, bro.
Because I haven't. You shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
I'm breaking concentration.
I'm picking Texas. See you later.
Another island.
No, yeah, I'm going to pick Texas. Adams should definitely find his way here. I'm a little disheartened right now, so just give me Texas.
He's disheartened.
You're not on a
I gotta figure it out, buddy.
And are you with Toast or are you with Scoop?
Yeah, I'm with Toast. I knew where you were going
Smart
because
man.
I remember either you said it last night or I saw it before the Texas Tech on the road.
Bounce back game,
or at
man.
home. But I like who are you saying it's a bounce back game for?
For Texas after they lost to Texas
bounce
Tech.
back game for Tech too. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying the last time Texas lost to Tech.
That's called a revenge.
They had like a ton of turnovers, and it's not going to happen again. Texas Tech sucks at home, man.
So now you have points. You're not flustered anymore.
What?
All right. So we're split down the middle. Poll is heavy on Texas Tech. 59%, 33% in favor of Texas Tech. Real quick, let's do a community parlay because I have to get out of here for the NBA show starting in a few minutes.
Oh, yes. Prop Beaver knocking on the door. Come on, let me.
No, Prop Beaver is going to make it, though.
How many did you get last night?
No, he's in high spirits, Prop Beaver.
Okay. He had a couple after the Pacers debacle, the Raptors debacle.
I know he did. All right, Pittsburgh money line. People like the dog there. Let's see. We got Kentucky, Mississippi State, Kentucky money line, another dog. Virginia Tech, Syracuse. They took Syracuse definitely. Cincinnati, Houston. Oh, they definitely took Houston. I guess we'll put Houston money line on there. It'll be chalky as hell, but screw it.
Texas is gonna out rebound the shit out of this team.
Toast, I had a question. I've seen it all through Twitter today. Are you on Notre Dame today?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I just want it because that is a very popular pick today. Everybody's
on Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Classic.
I think they're crazy.
Letdown spot.
I don't think we talked about a Notre
Notre
Dame
Dame
game once this whole season.
I think we did one against Duke, and we were all wrong. That's because I think they actually did keep it close. But no, I get the thought Wake Forest a letdown spot after beating Duke, but at this time of the year, you don't see as many late letdown spots because like every game's a big game. You have to win because if you beat Duke and then you go and lose to Notre Dame, well, that Duke game means nothing now because that'd be a quad 3 loss. So they can't afford.
Yeah, I did Wake in Clemson moneyline parlay as well. I just don't think either one of those teams wins.
Yeah, so Radagast Brown, he said Colorado State, Nevada. I know. So it's hard with these back-to-backs. I think what I need to do is start doing the NBA show at 4:15 or start the college basketball show a little earlier because I didn't realize this college basketball show was going to get so popular. We have over 800 viewers in here for a little while, which is I didn't realize that it was going to be like that.
I mean, that
bring
is
the
big
viewers.
I know you had Colorado State.
I'll go over it really quickly.
Yeah. Do you have something for him?
Yeah, absolutely. I really love Colorado State here. First of all, Kevin Blackshear has been in a boot. Scoop said he's out for sure. I didn't see that, but I would assume he doesn't play, which is Nevada's best player. Not to mention the fact that we got a huge revenge spot for Nevada as well. So yeah, I think that they. I think at I think it's 7.5 now. It was 5.5 when I got it, but there's no way in hell they lose. I don't think what the number matters. I think they win by double digits.
Okay. Thank you, Toast. All right, so it looks like Kansas money line, as expected. I mean, I'm assuming Kansas minus 6.5. Kansas money line is probably the most public play on the board. I'm on it, so I'm not trying to scare you off it or anything, but it's important. You probably should know that Kansas is insanely square today. Let's give it a few more seconds, but it looks like it's going to be Kansas. Yeah, we'll add Kansas. So it's Kentucky money line, Kansas money line. The two second-place finishers were Syracuse money line and Dayton money line. So maybe we'll bring those back into play in a second. Let's keep it rolling. All right, the last ones we got Penn State, Iowa. They liked Iowa. NC State, Florida State. They liked NC State. Texas, Texas Tech. They like Texas Tech, definitely. And so we'll just do a poll with these three.
Sorry for getting upset, guys. I'm in therapy. You know, I'm trying my hardest.
Dude, I didn't even bet Tech. I gotta bet that.
Somebody asked.
Don't, bro.
Somebody asked Arkansas Vanderbilt. I think Arkansas is going to blow them out tonight. Vanderbilt's not a particularly great team at home.
I agree.
On the road, so I think Arkansas should crush them tonight.
I'm not putting my money on Arkansas, but I agree with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but I think it will be ugly.
So this is the third leg of the community parlay. It looks like, man, you guys like
It's gonna be
Texas Tech.
stowed.
You guys are going to make me root against the community parlay. Texas is winning tonight.
I agree.
Thank you, Scoop. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings earlier.
It's okay, man. It's all right. Watch Love and Basketball when you have time, by the way. It's really
Is that a
good.
Jeff Gordon shirt, Scoop?
No, it's a William Byron shirt.
William Byron, he's rocking a Byron shirt.
Somebody put that in the comments too. Nice Jeff Gordon shirt, and I just shook my head. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, same colors.
I turned
I'm
that
sorry,
race off the other day. Once Joey Logano
As
was
soon as
out, I
Joey
was
wrecked, I was done.
Yep.
This is bullshit.
All right, so the second place finishers were Syracuse, Dayton, and Iowa. So let's do a poll for the last. So we got Syracuse money line, Dayton money line, Iowa money line. You know, we'll put NC State money line in there as well because that did get a lot of votes. All right, what's the last leg of this community parlay? Cast your votes, and then we got NBA in 8 minutes. We timed this out perfectly.
Any of you mid-major sickos out there, Western Michigan minus 2.5 is my mid-major play.
About Akron tonight. You like them?
I think I bet against them. Who are they
Oh,
playing?
did you?
again? Who are they playing?
Hold on. I'm pulling it up because I looked at it before. Ohio. They're at Ohio.
Someone
tonight.
said, "Who's Jeff?"
Oh yeah, I love Ohio. I love Ohio in that spot.
Okay.
Someone said, "Who's Jeff Gordon?" Is that the point guard for Tulsa?
That could be.
That's funny. Yeah, J-Man likes Boise State minus 9.5. Toast has Boise State money line paired with somebody as well. I forget who. Kansas, is it?
Yeah.
It's a square-ass parlay. Typical Toast.
Damn right it is. They've been cashing for us like.
No, any women's basketball picks. I don't have time to look at it. Do you? Either you guys? Any of you guys look at that?
Does Caitlin Clark play tonight? I don't know.
Let me guess. You like her over points?
Reese something.
No, I'm not. That would be the only thing I'd know about women's basketball.
Me too.
Yeah, and Angel Reese.
Caitlin Clark.
I know.
I used to know when my sister's friends played for Stanford, but
38%. So Dayton money line is the fourth leg. Anyone have a sports book open?
yeah, I got it right here. Just 2
Kentucky,
seconds.
Kansas, Texas Tech, Dayton.
Thanks, TJ. Be great, be you. I love it.
4-leg
Got
parlay.
a dog in there.
504.
504.
503.
So today's
504,
Today's community parlay: Kentucky money line, Kansas money line, Texas Tech money line, Dayton money line plus 504. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're staying for the NBA, I will see you in 6 minutes. Just got to take a quick piss, get Matt Modai and Prop Beaver into the stream, and we'll be right back. So see you in a few minutes for NBA. Yeah, same time tomorrow. Same exact schedule tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Later.
Later.